Jags and the Jets, Thursday night. Jets it's like you're seeing lines on both sides. Basically, both teams being underdogs by one, plus 1.5.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson. This is a hard one.
Yeah, I'm illegally opting myself out. I can't make a non-biased pick here where the numbers say the Jets, the smart side is the Jets. You always take the Jets here. I love the Jaguars. I love everything about them. I love what they've become. I don't even know. They're in my top 3 of favorite team to bet this year. I think of all the money I've lost on them this year. I love them. I love this team. I've loved Trevor Lawrence. I feel like a proud dad seeing them grow up this season. Like they've changed so much as the years gone along. You just see the confidence building where even when they're down in games like they were this past weekend, they just never give up. And I love that about the team. So the smart pick is the Jets. You're taking the Jets at home on a short week after a really bad crushing loss at home against a Jaguars team that just had the win of the season for them. Like that was an insane way to win a game at home. So can't make a pick on this one. So whoever the dog is, maybe I'll tease them up with someone and throw that in a play. But as we sit here right now, I'm so biased. I just want to take the Jaguars despite the numbers saying you take the Jets. I just can't give out a play or make a play right now.
I feel like with this Jaguars team, we were just too early. We believed in Doug Peterson so much. We're both big fans of Doug Peterson. We thought his sort of learning, his teachings would imbue themselves into Trevor Lawrence much sooner than they did, and sort of the chemistry would be there faster. Because I also had a pretty big bet on Trevor Lawrence 70-1 to lead the league in touchdown passes, and I felt like on Sunday he was trying to make up all the ground at one time, and he'll still finish top 5. Like he's got 24 right now. Kirk Cousins has 24. He's behind Geno Smith at 26, and Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Mahomes with both all 30 and north of 30. He's going to end up having an incredible year.
Yeah. Well, I told you the hardest thing about what I'm doing is we're not seeing anything. When we do this podcast in May and June, all I have is just the what I saw last year and then all the data on paper on your computer, right? That's what I have to go off of. So the Jaguars on paper, I love that coming to the year because they had all this talent. And then you look at their schedule. Okay, they had that week 1 loss to Washington, but then they won 24-0 against the Colts. Then they won at the Chargers 38-10. And then they went on the road. So again, that's 2 huge wins back to back. We were full on sucked in. Then they went and played the Eagles on the road, and they lost that game with all those turnovers. Remember all those turnovers? They lost by like 8 points, I think. It was like 29-21. That was like, oh my God, they're for real. Like they just went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in football. And then they turned into a dumpster fire. They lost to Houston the following week, 13-6, and it just was a spiral there in the middle of the season. So the fact that they, Doug Peterson righted the ship after they lost 5 straight games in the middle of the season, and they've just been playing in these good close games. They had the blowout obviously against Detroit, but yeah, the Jaguars is one of those teams where it makes me feel good. Like we love them coming into the year. We have. I know Chad bet it, but I have a lot of money bet on them at 13-1, 12-1 to win this division. Easy time now to take up position on Tennessee. Like no matter what, even if they lose this game, they have to beat Houston, and then it comes down to that final game with Tennessee. That's what me and Chad talk about all the time about taking up positions that hedge out on. It's a dream scenario. Like if you had gotten it earlier, even if you got 7-1 or 8-1. It's easy 3-1 no matter what when they play Tennessee in that final week of the year. So you're right. Like that, them and the Lions, those two making the playoffs, that would be just amazing for us on the show, just because those are 2 teams we really talked about a lot this past summer, and they've really come on here at the end of the season. So like I said, I'm too biased to make a logical pick on this game.
That's why the Lions-Jets game was so hard last week, because we love the Lions. We've been in love with the Lions.
We were split on it. You went with your baby Detroit. I went with my baby in the Jaguars, and I was dead wrong.